Okay, good day. In this video, I'm going to teach you how to evaluate trigonometric functions of any angle. Okay? And we have here two things to be followed to evaluate trigonometric functions. Okay? We have number one, determine the function value for the associated reference angle theta prime. In other words, kunin muna si reference angle. And from my previous video, you have learned how to determine the reference angle given angle and standard position. So wala na tayong problem dun sa number one rule natin. Okay? The second is, depending on the quadrant in which theta lies, affix the appropriate sign to the function value. So, ibig sabihin, lalagyan natin kung anong sign yung ating pong given na trigonometric function para ma-evaluate yung angle of that function. So, right after makuha si reference angle, mag-a-affix tayo ng sign dun sa ating function value depending kung saang quadrant yung ating pong angle and standard position. Sa case nito, dapat alam natin yung size of the 6 trigonometric functions. At naituro ko na yun sa inyo nung kay grade 10, at the same time, na-review ko na rin sa inyo dun sa aking introduction about circular functions. Okay? So, naandito naman yon nilagay ko. Okay, sa first quadrant, the 6 trigonometric functions are all positive. Ibig sabihin nun, kapag ang angle po ay between 0 to 90 degrees, okay? The 0 degree, 90 degree, or this is equal to, this is pi over 2 also, this is 180 degrees, or this is equal to pi, this is 270 degrees, or this is 3 pi over 2, and 2 pi. Okay. One complete revolution, or 360 degrees. Now, kapag ang angle natin lies between 0 to 90, if you get the trigonometric functions of that angle, laging positive yon. Yung sine, cosine, tangent, cotangent, cosecant, and secant. Pagdating sa second quadrant, si sine at si cosecant lang ang positive. Okay? Sa third quadrant, si tangent at cotangent lang ang positive. Ibig sabihin, kapag ang angle ay between 90 to 270, ito lang ang positive natin, yung tangent and cotangent. At kapag naman ang angle mo in standard position is between 270 to 360 degrees, only cosine and secant of that angle ang positive. The rest of the functions, negative. Okay? Tandaan ito. Okay? Tandaan niya mga yan. Okay? Aside from the signs of the 6 trigonometric functions, you should also know or memorize the values of the special angles 0, 30, 45, 60, and 90 degrees. At yun ay naka-table. So, para maging madali, nilagay ko na dito yung mga values of these special angles with the corresponding trigonometric functions. Meron tayo ditong two types of angles. We have the degree measure and the radian measure. At ito yung kanyang mga equivalent trigonometric functions of these given angles. For 0 degree or 0 radian, sine 0 is 0, cosine 0 is 1, tangent 0 is 0, and for cosecant 0 that is undefined, secant 0 is 1, and cotangent 0 is undefined also. So, ito na yung mga values na yan. And I think nung grade 10 kayo, pinaproject ko pa nga ito. Binigyan ko kayo ng task na mag-submit ng tabular values of the 6 trigonometric functions of the special angles. Okay? So, what we're going to do is we're going to evaluate trigonometric function given these three. No? We're going to evaluate cosine 4 pi over 3. We're going to evaluate tangent negative 210 degrees. And letter C, cosecant 11 pi over 4. Now, yung rules natin, the first thing that we're going to do is to determine the reference angle. Right after we get the reference angle, we're going to affix the sign of the trigonometric function value depending kung saan quadrant belong yung ating pong angle and standard position. Okay? Pag sa first quadrant, all the trigonometric function values ay positive. For the second quadrant, only sine and cosecant. Third quadrant, tangent, cotangent positive. And fourth quadrant, only cosine and secant are positive. Okay. Now, letter A. Meron na tayong mga tools kung paano natin ma-evaluate to. Ready na tayo na ma-determine yung ma-evaluate itong tatlong ito. Okay. Cosine 4 pi over 3. Ano ibig sabihin ng 4 pi over 3? Nasaan ba yung terminal side nito? Since 4 divided by 3 is 1.333, ibig sabihin more than pi siya. Okay? Pag more than pi siya, it means that the angle 4 pi over 3 lies somewhere dun sa ating third quadrant. So, tingnan natin para madalian tayo. So, convert natin. Convert, we have 4 pi over 3 times 180 degrees over pi. That is 240 degrees. So, tama ako. More than 180 degrees. So, naandito yung ating angle 240 or 4 pi over 3. Ayan. Evaluate natin. So, this is theta. Na si 4 pi over 3, which is also the same as 240 degrees. Now, ano yung kanyang reference angle? Ang reference angle niya in degree is in degree. Ano yun? So, that is 240 minus 180 degrees. Okay. So, ang reference angle natin ay 60 degrees. Okay. Now, in radian, ang kanyang reference angle, kasi radian ang given na unit ng angle. Okay. So, that will be theta prime is 4 pi over 3 minus pi. Okay? Sinolve ko na parehas in degree and in radian. So, that is 3 times pi is 3 pi. Negative 3 pi plus 4 pi is pi. So, pi over 3. And pi over 3 is the same as 60 degrees. Now, nakuha na natin yung kanyang reference angle. The second step is, the second and final step to evaluate cosine 4 pi over 3 is we're going to affix the sign for this trigonometric function kung saang quadrant siya kabilang. Yung terminal side of this angle is located dun sa third quadrant. Okay? Kapag nasa third quadrant siya, ang cosine ay negative. So, therefore, ito mangyayari natin. Cosine, yun muna ang gawin natin, 240 degrees is equal to cosine, the reference angle, 60 degrees. But, siya ay nasa third quadrant at ang sign ng cosine sa third quadrant is negative. So, we're going to affix here negative sign. Okay? So, ano sagot natin? Using our table here, cosine 60 is 1/2. Okay? So, our answer is negative 1/2. Yun ang sagot natin for letter A. Okay, ha? Pero, ang unit natin ay degree, ay radian, dapat sagutin natin siya in radian measure yung ating angle. Okay, pinakita ko lang in degree, pero dapat ito ang gagamitin natin. Okay? So, ito ang gagamitin natin. Okay? Ito dapat ang sagot natin, ha? Para liwanag lang yan. Kaya nilagay ko sa degree. Ibig sabihin, this should be the final solution. Okay? Not that one, kasi ang unit natin ay radian eh. So, cosine 4 pi over 3 is the same as negative cosine pi over 3. Ayun. Okay ha, ganon ha. And cosine pi over 3 is, pi over 3 is here. So, pi over 3 cosine is 1/2. So, our answer is negative 1/2. Okay, so this should be the appropriate solution for letter A, not this one. Pinakita ko lang sa inyo. Okay? So, ganito dapat. So, that will be example 2, letter A. So, we're going to answer naman letter B. Okay? Negative 210 degrees. Okay? So, letter B, kunin muna natin yung first step, yung reference angle. Okay? Negative yung angle natin, so the rotation is clockwise. So, nasa second quadrant siya. Okay? Ito ang kanyang terminal side. So, that is theta negative 210 degrees. So, ito yung kanyang reference angle. Okay? Reference angle natin ay ito. And that is equal to, this is 180. Okay? So, that is 210 minus 180, that is 30 degrees. Itong ating reference angle. 30 degrees. Now, we're going to determine tangent of 30 degrees. Solution natin. In evaluating tangent, negative 210 degrees, that is the same as tangent 30 degrees. But, ano ang sign ng ating tangent sa second quadrant? Negative. So, we affix negative sign on the function value. Okay? Tangent 30 degrees using this table is square root of 3 over 3. So, our answer in letter B is negative square root of 3 over 3. Okay. So, that is our answer in letter B. Okay? Final example, last example is letter C. So here is the last example in evaluating trigonometric functions of any angle, theta. So we're going to evaluate cosecant 11 pi over 4 using the size of the 6 trigonometric functions and using this table. Now, medyo unfamiliar tayo sa 11 pi over 4 kasi radian measure. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to convert this to degree. Hindi ko na ipakikita. Just multiply 180. So, multiply 11 by 180. And then, you divide it by 4. 495. So, this is the same as 11 pi over 4 is equal to 495 degrees. Okay? So, ibig sabihin na andito siya. Tagilid. 495 is more than 360. So, more than 1 revolution siya. So, subtract natin 495 minus 360, 135. So, we have isang ikot. Okay, isang ikot and 135 pa. Kasi ang 495 degrees is 495 degrees equal to 360 plus 135. So, naandito pa siya sa second quadrant. So, ito ang kanyang terminal side. Okay. So, ito yung ating theta. 11 pi over 4. Okay. Now, so ito ay 2 pi. So, ito ay pi over 2. Ito ay pi. Ito ay 3 pi over 2. So, ang gagawin natin, isusubtract natin siya ng 2 pi, tapos isusubtract pa natin ng pi. Okay? Para makuha natin yung reference angle. Kunin natin si reference angle. Paano yun? 11 pi over 4, isang ikot, minus 2 pi. Okay. Okay. And minus pi. So, bale, minus 3 pi siya. Okay. So, the answer is, using our calculator, we have 11, 4, Then arrow to the right, minus 2, minus 1. Okay? So, lalabas negative 1/4 pi or pi over 4. Okay? Negative yon, we disregard the negative sign kasi I have subtracted negative 5, wherein the difference of these two will be the, what do you call this? The subtrahend when you subtracted the result of this to pi. No? Kaya naging negative 5 over 4. But it should be positive. Okay? So we have pi over 4 ang ating reference angle. Or para di kayo malito, you subtract first 11 pi over 4 by 2 pi. So 11 pi over 4 minus 2 pi is what? So 8, that is 3 pi over 4. 4 times 2 is 8. Negative 8 plus 11 is 3 pi over 4. Yung 3 pi over 4, ito yon. Okay? Yan si 3 pi over 4. Yan. Ang kailangan natin ay ito. Itong part na to. Itong part na to. Yan yung reference angle natin. So, that is, simula dito hanggang dito is pi. Simula hanggang doon ay 3 pi over 4. So, theta prime, or that is the reference angle, that is pi, kasi pi is larger than 3 pi over 4. So, pi minus 3 pi over 4, our reference angle will be 4 pi minus 3 pi is pi over 4. Yun ang ibig ko sabihin. Okay? You disregard the negative sign because I have subtracted pi to the result of this. So, it should be, this one will be the subtrahend and this should be the minuend. Okay? In subtraction. So, our reference angle is pi over 4. Okay? Tignan natin to. Okay. And pi over 4 is 45 degrees. So, kunin na natin. Kaya, para hindi kayo malito, di 495 minus 360 di 135. Yun na yun si 3 pi over 4. Tapos, magiging 180 minus 135. Kaya magiging 45 degrees. Yung 45 degrees, yun na yung si pi over 4. Okay? Yun na yung ating reference angle. Okay? Okay, continue. So, we have cosecant. Okay? Ito na yung pinaka-solution natin. Cosecant 11 pi over 4 is the same as cosecant pi over 4. Okay? Ang cosecant sa second quadrant, okay? Ito yung second quadrant, Ang cosecant sa second quadrant ay positive. So, therefore, we prefix here positive sign. We affix positive sign to this function value. And cosecant pi over 4, yun, square root of 2. So, therefore, our answer is positive square root of 2. So, that is our answer dun sa ating third example in evaluating trigonometric functions of any angle using signs of the 6 trigonometric functions and values of these special angles. So, that will be the end in this topic. So, thank you.